Yes.
Hit it.
Welcome to the Scale Builders Guild.
Howdy.
9:02 p.m. Episode 125.
$1.25.
My day, we used to call them bees. I'd say, give me 2 bees for a quarter. Check in, let us know where you're watching from, and what canned beverage you are currently imbibing.
I'm finishing a very tall coffee first, but then I have my liquid death.
Oh. That's funny you mentioned that. Also,
look at you. I blame Andy C for getting me hooked on this.
It's like sometimes people just do things because they're getting paid. That's just sad.
It's just sad. Yes.
Although I did not get paid for this. I am paying for these.
Exactly. The lost Mario brother.
Yes. I when he first turned on his stream and I saw that, I was like, I can't even look at you.
That's not exactly what you said.
It's similar. There's less swearing.
You said something much different.
K-pop probably has some of the outtakes of what I said to you. I don't know if you caught that last night, but he was live last night and he was showing off some of the footage from when I hung out with him and his buddy Nash and we played 5th scale Bajas together.
I did not catch his live stream. I was busy shaving all night. So
yes, and I know why you did it, and I cannot wait to see it in its entirety, because that's good.
Yes, looking forward to it.
Yeah. Nice single malt from Kevin Gibbs. That's too fancy for this show.
Exactly.
It's got to be a blend if you're going to drink on scotch on this show.
I don't know my scotch. I cannot participate in this discussion.
Any blend, as long as it's not a... Actually, any scotch, as long as it's not a blend. Any Glen will do.
What movie was that from?
Swingers.
Okay. That's what I was going to say. I was like, I remember this. I just cannot place it.
Yeah. An excellent film.
It is not a bad...
Defined my 20s, pretty much.
You were the gambler. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I was always after big beautiful babies too.
Knew when to hold them, knew when to fold them.
That was only a small part of that movie, Josh. It was mostly a relationship movie.
Yeah, kind of. I just remember Gretzky getting his head cracked open.
Yeah, make little Gretzky's head bleed. That was the noise they all made. Every character made that noise. Did Josh like Chris Evans' look from The Gray Man? Yes, he did.
Listen,
great movie. That was a fun movie. I like that one.
This was a very purposeful. You'll all see why.
It'll all make sense.
You'll see.
Hopefully everyone's having a good night.
Yeah.
I spent all of today from 8 o'clock in the morning until 6 at the office with people.
In the same room?
In the same room. That was the first time I've had clients in my suite since March 16th, 2020.
Wow.
I know. Our industry's... It's not that... We're not slow moving. We're hip. We're cool. But it's, there's a lot of people working from home who like it and do not want to come in.
We're not coming back.
That's okay. Thanks anyway. We're good.
Did you wear that shirt today to be hip?
Obviously. This is my nice man shirt. Approachable me.
Yeah.
I'd be happy to try that for you.
This is more of the despicable me look.
Yeah. But you can say that again. I feel like Josh is going to take me into the woods and frisk me against my consent. DK, you misquoted there. He's going to take you into the woods and measure things with you. Flying cars after midnight.
I need a name tag that says my name is Keith, but
Keith likes to take his own ruler into the woods.
Oh my god! I don't know what has happened this week. I don't even know what day it is.
It's Wednesday and it's making me crazy. We had Monday off because it was a holiday, Simcoe Day.
What is that?
Well, there's a lake named after him.
Okay.
I presume it has something to do with, things that aren't, relevant in today's world.
Right. That seems about right for a lot of things.
I'm sure it was something bad that he did that people thought was good.
Yeah, at the time they got a day.
Definitely isn't.
Later on they'll be like, cut it up.
Let's just rename that August long weekend.
Yeah.
So I'd approach the stash before that shirt. Ouch. Matt, did you get a set of 3D glasses to go with that shirt?
Yes.
I'm cool. Cinco de Mayo.
Oh man. So yeah, it's I don't feel like I've got anything done this entire week. And somehow it's Wednesday already. I just don't know what has happened.
I managed to somehow still shoot my What's on the Bench weekly despite not really doing anything.
You know what? That's fine though, because it's just a good show for that type of thing. You're just like, you can just talk about projects you have that you haven't done. It's still on the bench, just hasn't moved.
That's true.
It's a great thing that you started, and I hope you just don't miss it. Just keep with it.
I'm going to surge forward.
Yes.
Do it. The possible floods in Nevada.
Oh, man. Have you been watching some of that? Is anybody in the Las Vegas area that can chime in on
Mustache?
Well, he's way north. He's in the desert. Well, I guess
but that's where they are.
No, they're in southern Nevada.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
No, yeah, pretty sure. Nowhere. I don't think it's anywhere near Mustache.
Okay. Well, I hope he's all right.
Yeah, exactly. Need some shrink wrap on your headphones. I totally agree. My electric
failing.
I need to replace it for sure.
What's still on the bench weekly? Good one, Wes.
Yeah. Just pick it up.
Nothing happened. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Matt, you look like you own an ice cream truck. If I had that white hat.
Yeah, the paper hat.
White hat. Definitely. So why are you so busy?
I don't even know that it's that. I just feel like I've been unproductive. You know, like Mondays are a waste to me because of scale news. It just eats up the entire evening. Like, so
yes. Yeah.
I go to work and then it's done. And this weekend was kind of, I'm not saying a waste. We did what Nicole wanted to do this weekend.
How often does Nicole get to do the things she wants to do?
Very rare. It is very rare.
Yeah.
So, I'll tell you the whole. So Friday night after my live stream.
No wonder you're the way you are.
I know. I'm a freaking terrible person. I totally admit it. But Friday night after the live stream, I ended up playing some BeamNG with the friends that you know now as well.
Yes.
But like a teenager until a solid 3:30 in the morning.
Oh, that's
so
late.
Fun wheeling with friends.
Well, yeah. And then I saw you also got a little test stream going just to see how that worked out.
I did that on Sunday night, but I was up too late Friday night. Didn't get enough sleep Saturday before we were out all day, and I was in the sun all day. So by the time I got back, we like watching free practice and qualifying on Saturday night, and I was like one eye in it, and I was asleep by about 8 o'clock.
Oof, that's good. That feels nice.
Entire day was gone.
I had a busy weekend too. Also, a lot of family and friends related stuff like food trucks, food truck festivals in the sun all day long, but eating great food.
How many food trucks can you really go to?
Well, you got to pick and choose. Like we went to the ones we wanted to. So like
but how many?
Went to one. Between the four of us, we probably went to 6 food trucks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
A little bit of everything. And then you move on to the next one.
That's not the American way. We get a massive plate of something from one, and we're like, I'm good.
Okay, pretty good. That's it
good.
for me.
What? No gravy? Like, that's just...
And you go back and you complain and get your side of gravy for free.
Right.
Right. No, it was a good weekend, though. I had a good time. And let's talk about that race for a second.
Okay.
You're all up to speed on what's going on this year.
I am.
Do you think that between the two of us, we could do a better job of strategizing for Ferrari?
I mean, I don't think that they would approve of my coffee choices. Theirs are much smaller.
Your coffee's much too big.
Yeah.
We do not have cup holders for that size.
I tell you what, I'm too new at in my F1 fandom to say that I think that I could.
Okay.
But I feel like I could fit in. Like
We're certainly right now.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, go for that.
With this.
It'd have to be thinner. I have to
no, you're on the team. You're
Smaller
already on the team. You're good. I'm going to Photoshop some photos of you later. That's my after I finish editing what's on the Bench Weekly.
Okay.
Episode 5. That's what I'm doing. But yeah, their strategy choices just so strange. Let's just go medium, and then shit, we have to use another. I forgot we have to use another tire.
Hard. Yeah.
Put the hard ones on. No one else has been using those.
Don't go any further.
Put those on.
Don't try and stretch those out.
They should have done that, because did you see the stint that Verstappen got?
I know.
He got like 40 laps on a set of mediums. Unbelievable. It was so ridiculous. Anyway, we're speaking to the wrong crowd here, I think. This is not...
I know.
Welcome to Scale Formula One news.
Exactly. I'm just going to put up a poll. Formula One fan? Question mark?
Good idea.
Yes, no. Just as a throwing it out.
Question mark?
Throwing it out there.
I'm doing it wrong. Formula. Ricky Bobby. Formula.
So are we all getting F1 RC cars now? I have one, Alex.
No.
To me, worst RC car I've ever had.
Oh yeah, don't buy it. No, they're shelf
dumb.
queens at
They're
best.
dumb. I think they're terrible.
They're nothing like an actual Ferrari makes trucks now. Good one, Derek. Bird Reynolds making a comeback? Question mark.
Yeah, that would be a. Let me tell you. I was happy, pleased with myself, and I hope that when it's finished, you all understand my I don't
It's
even know how
going to
to
be
say
great. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. I know what he did and why he did it, and it's going to be great.
So, we shall see.
Formula or WRC drivers are better than F1 drivers. They're different. But a lot of them, like Carlos Sainz Jr., his dad was Carlos Sainz. Pretty great F1 or WRC driver. His son, pretty darn good F1 driver. So I think there's some crossover there.
Yes.
Yeah. Blind Guy RC, thank you very much. Hey man, glad to hear you had a great weekend. Thank you. We too had friends come visit. Fish and chips in the harbor. Ooh, nice. I got a Canon EOS 90D. Pretty chuffed. Good camera choice.
Nice score.
Yeah, nice score indeed.
Yes. I do have a little bit of mail call for this week. Nothing substantial.
I got a couple of things. Nothing crazy. Well, one nice thing. First of all, Which one should I have first? Sparkling or flat?
Sparkling.
Okay.
I'm opening my mango chainsaw.
I don't have flavors. I have plain.
I know, and which is a waste, but still.
Is it though?
It is. I mean, I like sparkling water as well, but all the sparkling water I have has
pretty,
some sort of flavor. Water-esque. So, Gunnar Nissen, thank you, sir. Hello, all. Tonight's code is hashtag the stash is back. When I came in from shaving last night, and because when I say I came in, because I literally have to do it outside just because of the amount of fur that flies from my face. Nicole was on the couch, and I just like leaned over the edge of the couch as she was like laying there watching TV. She's like, "Oh my God, no!
Get that thing out of here!
Get away from me! Get away from me!"
Everywhere you go, you hear that. So now you just hear it at home too. Josh had to shave for the Vanquish calendar they're coming out with for the ladies of the hobby.
Exactly.
Holy cow. Hobby. Lady of the hobby. She's going to love that calendar.
Yeah.
Vincent Petruccelli wants to know if I prefer Stroll or Gotifi, because they call him Gotifi.
Oh.
Now, I'm going to have to go with Latifi. I have to choose Latifi. Okay. And I'll tell you why.
Merit?
I partially merit, but also he didn't get to drive with Daddy's money.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like,
yeah. Plus, I also like as a human being, Nicky seems better. He seems slightly better as a human being.
He just doesn't fit the F1 cookie cutter mold.
No.
He's not pretty. He's not. You know.
I mean, most of them are not pretty anymore.
I don't know. Some of those guys are just like.
We're not having this conversation. Thank you, Dana, for that. I have pinned it. Everyday Minimalist. Hello. How's it going, gents? It's going great.
What does he have in his pocket?
Yeah. Everyday Minimalist, I want to know what you've got in your pockets right now. I'll tell you what I've got in my pockets right now. Nothing. Jack squat.
Left pocket only. I have.
Oh my God, what a pile of junk.
My pry bar. My billfold. My knife with a receipt.
Is it through the knife?
I don't know how much I spent. And my car keys. There you go. AirPods are in my right pocket.
I can't believe you. Here's it's not in my pocket, but here's my knife. Made it myself. Well, assembled it. I've said that like
throwing that into videos. I like
3 times now in videos.
I made
this
knife.
K-pop, hey K-pop, how are you? Normally I would put it in mail call, but I can't move it.
Yeah.
It's too big and smelly, but I like it.
Get your shirt dirty.
It's going to get everything dirty.
Yeah. Blind guy RC, thank you, sir. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's just Ridgeman. Love to flip that truck this week. Another green Yoda. Love it. Let's see. Copperhead should be here this week. Oh, okay. Getting it switched out. Wait, did I have a green Toyota?
You did blue. At one point.
It's
it was
blue now.
The green one, the ugly one.
He said another green one.
Oh. Everyday Minimalist said he's got the Koenig Arius. Is that a coffee machine? He's got a coffee machine in his pocket? Oh, Keurig. Right.
Yeah.
Sorry. And then he goes, that thing is awesome, Matt. What is it? Nice try. You're not fooling anybody. You're not interested in this. I got this at a place called Lee Valley Hardware, and I made it myself. Well, I assembled it.
Well, I assembled it.
Everybody else check out your pants. What do you got in there?
I mean, if you don't have a pry bar in your pants, what are you going to play with? So,
Totally true. Do we have time for a mail call?
we do. We do have a guest on today.
Yes, Randall from Axial Adventure.
I told him around 6:30, so we got a little bit of time, and we could also be a little bit late if needed.
Yeah, you know what? This is our show.
Exactly.
He can wait for us.
This is very structured.
Yeah.
Oh, and we should say,
guys, I know it's a knife. I know it's a knife, not a coffee machine. I know it. I'm just being an ass.
before.
Yes. You all right?
Before mail call. This is
boy.
unofficial mail call.
Hey, where's my Ridge wallet?
Well, you should figure out what else I need to send you, because I'm not sending you just that.
No, you're not.
Oh, I do have other things to send you, don't I?
Yes, you do.
I have a couple things to send you. Yeah. This month, it's August, people. August 3rd, to be exact. This month...
Is it August yet?
This month of Livestream Takeover is sponsored by Scale Metal Supplies.
I probably have one of their cards here somewhere. Yep.
And
ScaleMetalSupplies.com.
This big-ass box, if you see here, says live stream giveaway.
Oh.
And this is all for you. Matt needs one of these. He doesn't have one yet. And instead of giving it to Matt, we're giving it to somebody else. Somebody who's worthy.
It's someone who's better than me, which is all of you.
What we have in here is like their pro pack. And so it's not just the fixture table. It's 2 fixture tables. These things can be linked together if you have like you want to do a full chassis build or anything like that. So you get 2 of these fixture tables. These things are just a nice thick steel, and you can tap these to 4mm easily. You're gonna have to.
No. I was saying you can tap them.
Oh, gotcha. I thought you were trying to tell me to hold it up higher. Like, how high am I supposed to go?
Higher. Keep going.
This, you get 2 of the fixture tables. There's one in the box still. There's one here. 2 fixture tables, and like all of his fixtures, or these are the like fixture post setups, and I love these things.
Yeah, those are super
handy.
I don't have any, but I wish I did.
These have an M4 set screw in the bottom. I know it's hard to see, but that's what I was talking about with tapping that table to 4mm. And he has a drill bit that is a drill and tap in one. And I don't know if I see it in here, but I would suggest either buying one from him or maybe on Amazon if you win this. And it makes these things just amazing.
It's killer.
You get 2 of the shorties, 2 of the medium, and then 2 of these really long ones. And I don't actually have the long ones. But on top of that, you also get a bunch of his fab tabs. You've got like the shock mounting ones here. I think these are called like the rab tabs. And you get the bumper ones, which have the extended and shorty, makes it super easy to build bumpers. Yep. And then this is like gusset and fixture plate, or like roll cage tabs, and stickers.
Tons of stickers. There's some funny bumper stickers in there. There's like a braised nut bot, which I actually liked quite a bit. But
tig it, braise it.
Just lick it, stick it, and see you later. Bye. That's not on there. That's my own creation. But if you're not familiar with Scale Metal Supplies, it's where Josh and I get a lot of our Scale Metal supplies for when we're building cages, fabricating bumpers, fabricating and welding just about everything for the RC hobby. Andre at Scale Metal Supplies has got your back. He's got everything you need, except brazing wire, but mostly everything else. He's got the metal supplies.
So
I did this cage on this truck from all this stuff with Scale Metal Supplies. All those gussets in there and everything. Sick as. He's awesome.
So Scale Metal Supplies giving this away. So we'll find somebody this month to give this to.
Yes. How are we going to do this? Tag both of us and Scale Metal Supplies in an Instagram post, and we'll keep a list of all of those. We've got the list of winners for previous month's stuff, and we'll get those out ASAP.
We will.
Do they sell Scale Metal Supplies? Yes.
They do. There's supplies of the scale variety.
Yes.
So, thanks to Scale Metal Supplies again.
Sponsoring the whole month. Thank you, guys.
Make an Instagram post. Just take a picture of your truck that you want to build something for. You want to learn.
Exactly.
Maybe you've never done it. It's motivation.
Motivation is key, but discipline is more important.
Yes.
Than motivation.
If at first you don't succeed.
Yes. So there you go. And my stickers are coming very soon, so I'll probably I'll toss a few to Josh, and he'll include them in the monthly giveaway pack. So there you go.
So, cool. Okay, let's get into our own personal. All
right.
Mail call.
Whatever we start.
What's the show called?
I'll start. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. Nobody watches anyway. Judging by the likes. Oh, I missed a thank you to Psycho 13 Garage. I would never have thought I would see the day when Dr. Phil McGraw got into RC cars. Josh has got way more hair than Dr. Phil. But it's close.
That is true. That is absolutely true.
Yeah, the mustache, though, very similar. All right, my first thing that came this week, I guess technically it came this week. Yeah. The Charisma MSA1E V2. No, this came months ago.
Right.
But I'm allowed to talk about it this week.
I'll allow it on mail.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. They also sent along their other one, the Pajero. Pajero, or the Mitsubishi Pajero XLW.
I'm very mad at Mitsubishi right now, but that's okay.
We'll talk about that in a moment.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, it's surprisingly good. It's weird underneath, which I did say.
Yeah. The motor was up pretty high. The chassis is shaped.
The motor is about as high as you can put it.
Diffs are huge.
Diffs are massive. Shocks are shocks. Cage or chassis is strange. I like the battery placement and the clipping little locking thingy to keep it in place. That's kind of nice.
I'll give you that.
Transmission is torquey AF, and it's a very nice low range and has a gigantic motor, bigger than any SCX24 for sure.
Can you explain to me why you like it then?
Because it works pretty well.
Even though the motor is super high, the diffs are huge and have poor clearance?
Yeah, the clearance is not great. But the tires are quite small. You can put other tires on it.
When I have a big diff, I definitely want smaller tires. I agree. Just that real third row plow style.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. You put bigger tires on it. Anyway, I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. And it's priced competitively, $140 something, I think. It's in that $140 range, so it's right in there with the other ones. But it's good. Like, the motor and the transmission make it good.
Having an adequate motor is a nice approach. SCX24s
change.
can definitely burn up motors.
Yep.
And then RC four-wheel drive just preheats up the motors so that they smoke before you. They try and take the smoke out of the motor so that they can't smoke. But
what they really like to do is just not test anything.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, Chris has a good one here. Is it better driving than a Kyosho?
Stock, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
that alone, I think, is it definitely better driving than a stock Kyosho.
That'll work then. Good.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah. Go ahead.
My next one to go along. This is my box of Scale Metal supplies. This is the taco bumper, also known as the Bend and Braze base camp bumper.
Nice.
Perfect.
Bend and Braze is very smart stuff.
Yeah. So I'll put this on the base camp. That will be a nice update there. He also
see what they look like when they're done.
You've got it on the Jeep, right?
Yeah, I got it on the LS Mail or LS
Yep.
Post. That's what it looks like when you braise it up and then bend it, or bend it first, then braise it.
Yeah. That's the narrow style,
Yeah.
but super nice and easy.
Don't look at the fact that there's no tie rod.
He made these recently too, which these are the slider pattern for like the SCX10 3 and such, but it just gives you a super handy base right there. Matt's got them as well. Super handy base. You weld your stuff on from there. It's just to make things uber easy. I wish I had these when I built the base camp, so I didn't have to use those freaking RC four-wheel drive disasters.
Same.
I got his new Unibox, which that's it all
sick. Yeah, those are
bent
cool.
up, and it'll make like a great either shock mount or link mounts, whatever. It's just I think that is the best thing he's ever had.
Yeah, those are very cool.
And then I've got more of just like the tabs that I showed you previously, bumper and fab tabs and yada, yada, yada.
Cool. Very good. All right, I'm next. Team Associated. Unicorn.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty nice. This is probably one of the more substantial on-road cars in this scale that I've had so far. It's got that G whatever
G10
chassis, G10 chassis, but it's hefty. Like it's got some weight to it, some girth.
Yeah,
and
that's good.
Yeah, it keeps it a little more planted, I feel, but it does have a lot of anyway. I think it's going to be a little
looking.
Yeah, body's great looking. Lots of nice plastic details added on there. I do like the Unicorn in itself, and this is a nice representation of it. Its latest iteration, anyway.
Right.
Nice big fat splitter on the back there. That's plastic. And then there's a whole bunch of plastic parts on the body too, like along the side skirts here. So
they make it less floppy.
Yeah, so it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I think the brushed motor is going to get tossed straight away because they sent a bunch of brushless upgrades that I'm going to put in this and wreck those tires.
It is a little too expensive to be coming with the brushed system that it does.
Yeah, it's the licensing though, right? I think Hoonigan takes a pretty big chunk of that cash.
I have to imagine that. I think that's definitely what you're paying for, and it will likely be what sells that car because on-road cars, it's like I don't know.
It's hard, man. Why do you?
Who's buying them? Like those? Why are you buying that?
Do that? Hey. So, what are you doing that for?
Yeah,
It's a smaller market, I'm sure.
Questions. I'm the one asking the questions here.
It's pretty cool, though. I like the look of it, and I have had some fun with like the phaser lines. So, I mean, let's give this a try. I think I can make a pretty fun video with this in a skate park, if I'm honest.
I've got a handful of the phasers as well, and again, it's just like I think the only thing that's sells them is the fact that they've got sweet muscle car bodies or whatnot on them, and you're just like, oh, I like that car, because otherwise you're just like, I don't know why I'd buy an on-road car. I could buy any of the other cars and still drive it up and down the street the same.
Yeah, I guess it's also a little bit about like stunting around and hooning a bit, so there might be some of that too.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh no. I got some mail from Shrink RC.
Oh, yeah.
And they make like hard body mounts for popular chassis and popular hard bodies. He sent me a bunch of the options specifically made for the VS410. So,
oh, no kidding. Oh, that's cool.
Like 85 4Runner body, Mojave 4-door, the RC four-wheel drive 87 Toyota, the RC four-wheel drive Blazer converted to truck version, the Mojave 2-door, and the Blazer not converted to truck.
Can I ask you a question?
No, because I already know what it's going to be. No, I don't plan on doing a hard body VS410 immediately. But
Or how many of those bodies do you have?
I have the Blazer and I have the Mojave.
I'm surprised you have that many.
The Blazer's right here behind me, unopened. And then if I wanted to convert Blazer to truck, I have a Blazer to truck conversion here from Shrink RC as well. So,
all right, that's a lot of stuff.
If you count that, I have 3 of the options. So, suck an egg. If that was the saying where you grew up, I don't know.
Yeah, I still say it a lot.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, mostly to you under my breath. West Desert Wheeler, hey Logan, I'm super excited for the VS410 Pro D44 to show up from VP. Got a set on the way. # mail call.
There you go. Yes.
How much? DK does have the good question here. How much dust is on those hard bodies? A lot.
Well, not the Blazer because it's new and right here, and in a box. The
Josh
Toyota
hard body will be the day. He's done it before, Travis.
Hard bodies.
Yeah, he's done it before.
Multiple
times.
Do they make VS410 to Tamiya bug body?
I bet you can ask him. He'll probably do it.
If anybody does, it would be. And he's mainly on Instagram. That's where I see him. That's where he contacted me.
Instagram, yes.
The Instagram, yes.
Yeah. All right, I've got 2 more things.
Okay, I have 1. No, 2 as well. Go.
Okay. All right. So let's just get her done. I don't remember what this is. An inner fender kit. Oh, geez. Inner fender kit for the SCX24 Gladiator.
Who's that by?
Club 5 Racing.
Oh, they 3D printed.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
And it comes with rock lights, too. The tiniest rock lights I've ever seen.
Pebble lights.
And to go along with that, some sliders as well. Some metal sliders.
Metal sliders.
I had to fill out an order to make it worth my while. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna come from over the ocean and all.
That stuff's never going on in that truck.
Yeah, exactly. There was an Amazon treasure truck deal for the Stream Deck. So
how much?
$80.
Oh, that's a good deal.
I know. And
which one did you get? The 9 button?
15 button.
You almost did a spit take.
Did you now? So yeah.
Holy cow. That's a good deal.
50, yeah, for $80. I was just like, okay. It's a macro board for the computer, and then it will do things.
When I was doing Lightroom Live, I used it a lot.
Did you?
Because it was really easy to switch between like full screen view, zoomed in, me, like all the different looks.
Yeah.
All the things that made that show great.
Yep. Another underappreciated show. But that's fine.
Super underappreciated show.
Does that have buttons? It does have buttons, and you can make the buttons have pictures that you program.
Everyday Minimalist, are you guys into PCs too? Yes.
Yes.
Heavily
Matt is sending
PCs.
me a new motherboard for my new PC build.
You're welcome.
And D44s are still available on VP's website. Is that a question? Or maybe it's a comment. Either way, they should be because they keep coming. They're in production, so they're going to keep hitting the website.
I'm sending him that motherboard in exchange for the first off the production line Ripper 2.
Yeah. Deal.
Because it's never coming.
Exactly. Deal.
Finally, for me today, and last thing on the list, somebody was reselling these, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I'll see what these are all about.
Oh, you bought a set of those.
I did, because I wanted to see what they were all about, because you were like, I don't want to send money to some Facebook Venmo account thing. So I sent PayPal money to a regular human.
There you go.
And here they are. The box itself, you get all the bits, but you have to assemble them.
Right.
And I'm kind of already don't want to make them.
Yeah. I have seen a set in person. And while they have an amazing scale look,
they probably aren't going to be great shocks.
The actual ability for them to do even a impersonation of their job was lackluster.
Yeah, I'm not.
But for scale looks,
breath.
Let me tell you, that's pretty slick.
Yeah, they look pretty cool for sure, but they're not certainly going to be functional. They have all the parts to make it look like they might be functional.
Right.
But yeah, I'll build them up and then put them on the no fun haver and completely destroy them.
Exactly. Last thing is, it's part of I got some more Milwaukee stuff. I got another angle grinder and 2 5 amp hour 18 volt packs on it had to be a misprint deal on Home Depot. So it was all for like $169 and it should have been like $500. So
suck on that, Home Depot.
Gotcha.
Big score one for the little guy.
Right, exactly. But yeah, it's the fuel, the whole deal. Nice one. So I'm gonna have 2 of those now.
Wes just said those shocks are trail trunk functional.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What
did he say here? Open loop and all? What does that mean?
As far as the bypass stuff, yes.
Yeah. Yep. All right.
I'm going to add Randall.
Adding Randall.
I do this so often that I absolutely remember how to do it quickly.
It's like riding a bicycle.
Yeah, exactly. You almost always forget when you don't do it. So, dang it, Matt.
What's your problem? Open loop water cooling. Oh, you mean that's open loop?
Closed loop.
Closed loop. They're not open loop. I mean, I have a closed loop.
Open loop would be interesting.
It's just running on a tap, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like like a regular everyday custom loop. Maybe he meant custom
loop. Could be.
I don't know.
Let's see.
All right, did you get him?
Randall is on there. We're just getting. We gotta get our side set up.
Quiet yourself down there.
Am I too loud?
No, just you got.
We have an echo
super
on your
echo.
Side,
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's this.
We have an echo on your side.
Oh yeah, it's this.
It's. Hold on just a second.
What are you, new? Hey, I can see all your camera menu stuff on there too.
Dude. Today's been a
Okay, I'm cutting over. Here we go. There you are. Hello, welcome everyone.
Let's see,
welcome,
Randall. Can you say something?
Yeah, check. Hi, hello. 1, 2. Can you hear me? I can hear you guys great.
Good.
Yes.
Great.
Okay.
You sound good, and you sound good.
That's cool. I know I don't look it anymore. Dude, I'm actually. I texted Josh a little bit ago, and I don't even know if you saw it. He's like, no, I didn't. Cool. He'll get it now. But I just was like, wait, I should probably tune into the live show because I know they're going to be calling me, and I don't know when it's going to be. And I was in the middle of eating dinner because it was just a little bit late. And I happened to tune in, and all of a sudden he's like, all right, let's call Randall. I'm like, oh, gotta go.
I'm sure the dinner will be fine when you get back. You know.
I was finished. It was good.
Okay, all right. Okay, good. Yeah. Well, for those of you who don't know, Randall here works at Axial Adventure. He's their longest running employee.
The longest employee.
And that means he's easily 90 years old by now.
You're so close.
Still looking very good. Product lead on such things that you might like. The SCX-24.
Yes.
Axial old-timey Bronco.
Yes. The Rift.
The Rift.
The RBX 10. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, we like to call it by its real name.
Well, that's government name.
The Axle Raft.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. Everything's got a chassis name, so I go by those.
Very good. And he's a heck of a guy, and also responsible for a lot of Axial Fest shenanigans. So people have questions, and I'm sure he will have answers. Welcome to the show, Randall.
Thank you, Batch. I appreciate being on with you guys, man. It's been a little bit.
Yeah. How long? When was it? Do you remember what episode you were on the last time?
The only thing I saw in my Skype on this computer was the last time I talked to Josh was January something of 2021.
Whoa.
So I'm not.
That could be
some
true.
time ago. That's probably abundantly accurate.
Yes.
That would have been
the
around
RBX 10.
Yeah, around the Rift release.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
well, you haven't aged a day since then.
That's a lie.
have you recouped from Axial Fest?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I have, but if it happened again tomorrow at Rob's Resort, I would go back immediately.
It did make it a comfortable stay.
I would go back.
So does that mean then that the showers were built this century?
Yes, the showers were built the week of Axial Fest. They were built. They were not aged at all. I have heard that they may have not worked as well as we planned, but there's room for improvement, right?
Yeah,
always.
We set the bar, and we can raise it.
Right. I totally agree. And I did get the chance to go, which was nice. I had a good time.
It was good to see you there.
And it was, for me, it was the most comfortable.
The sarcasm is so strong,
right? Because
it was legit.
It was good to see you.
Restaurant and nice facilities in general. So
I like the whole band shell thing with with the band and the way you guys were elevated and everybody was surrounding that. That was really nice. Kind of like remnants of Cisco, but
yes.
Much less dusty.
Less dusty, and I think the whole facility overall was by far better than anywhere than we've ever been. I think
facilities
Cisco,
for sure. I think obviously we know the terrain was not the same. But
well, that's because you took that rock home with you, Josh.
I know. It's right here.
There was rocks there. I don't know what anybody's complaint was. There was rocks. I saw them.
I saw them in the videos, so they must have had them.
Yeah. Everybody got a rock. Everybody got a rock in the driver bag, and that was.
That's how you built most of the courses. Is you were like, okay, guys, here's your rock. Go plop it over there.
Yeah. Cisco had some different terrain, but Andy had a great idea of, dude, we should put a rock in everybody's driver bag, and I instantly was like, I'm 100% on board with that idea. So I grabbed a box and went out to the gravel, scooped a whole bunch of rocks in, and then when we built driver bags, we were all throwing rocks.
And I remember seeing the reel that got posted, and I was like, was that a box of gravel? It's like sticker, air freshener, sticker, rock.
Yeah. Wait a minute, what's going on here?
So, let's see.
But no, it definitely looked like a good location and a nice place for people to hang out and enjoy it. Just kind of like the downtime and hanging out and enjoying each other's company. And I think that kind of brings back sort of one of the elements that I really loved about Axial Fest, and that was the camaraderie and the friendship and the family time that gets developed at an event like that. And that's something that always kind of stuck with me. It was really great to see that. So that was nice.
Yeah, I totally agree. I thought it had a really good. We always hate to use the word Cisco Grove vibe to it, but I mean it really, really did. Donner was fun. The terrain is epic at Donner. The hill sucks. The hayride sucks. The camping sucks. The facilities are from the dark ages. I mean, there's a lot of things about it. It worked, but I think there was a lot of things about it that people that have been to Axial Fest or hear about Axial Fest, that they really missed that aspect of it, of camping and hanging out and having a community and hanging out with your buddy. And I think the meadow camping was amazing. I couldn't believe how full it was, and it was a free for all. It was go pick your spot, go rope off your area, go do whatever you want. You know, it's just a wide open meadow. Cool. Yeah, we didn't have to mark off 10 by 10 spaces or anything like that. So
no, it was a big area, but I was also surprised to at it filling up.
Yeah.
So the and I know that whole thing, and this year I know that you guys, the final decision for the location, like it was way later than you guys would have normally.
Liked. Yeah, it really, really was. And I reached out to a couple of friends that live up in that area, and they both strongly suggested Rob's Resort. And so I passed the information on and said, hey guys, if we got to do it, here's an opportunity to do it. And they took a look at it, and then we started negotiating with Rob's, and I mean, everything panned out in a very short period of time, even for Rob's, right? They had a lot of work to do they literally, Josh, I don't know if you saw it, but there was a middle pathway through the woods loop that they actually cut. They cut that specifically for us to make trails and make access points. And they literally, that meadow, they mowed it twice while we were there setting up the week before the actual event. Like they went way over and above what I've ever seen anybody do, to help us prepare for the event.
That's really nice.
I can see that side of things. Anybody who puts on an event, I don't envy. Like the amount of work that goes into any of them is, it's difficult for anybody. That's for sure. But no, seeing that effort and all that, I do always love terrain. So that's, that side of it is always, it's a tough one to balance. To find the perfect combination of things is difficult. But
yeah, without a doubt.
So it's every year is something new for the most part, and it's always a challenge.
One of the things I liked about Cisco, and what I really liked about Rob's, and what I really hope I get to see happen, the terrain's not there. I will say there is rock there. There's granite there. You just have to get rid of the sediment and the soil that has it buried. It's there if you look around. And there's additional property that we were informed of that we couldn't use this year, but in years to come, if we come back, there's potential to really expand that place. And it really takes me back to, like, at Cisco, the trail sponsors and the Adopt a Trail guys, like, they really built the trail and made the trail exciting for what they had to work with. And I really like it because it's new every year at that point, right? It's not, here's the same slab rock you're driving on. It's, oh, this is totally new. I've never seen this before.
There was a lot of trail at Cisco that was through the trees with, over dirt and things like that.
Riverbeds.
There was riverbeds, or through that kind of trail stuff, or in some really dusty stuff that would fill your shoes. That was
dude, they had PVC slides and bridges, and I mean, it was creative, And
well, there was a lot
really cool.
This stuff this year. There were a lot of really cool man-made things that, bridges that moved and like spring-loaded stuff, and
right.
And there were also courses for multiple scales too. Like you had an SCX24 course, you had an SCX6 course. That's pretty cool too.
Yep. Who set up that SCX24 course?
Every course was set up by the one and only Bill.
That SCX24 course,
it was legit.
People were on that going. People spent some time trying to get to that thing. They're like, this is so hard.
Yeah, it was legit. I didn't get a chance to put tires on it, but I remember hearing about that and looking at it going, that's a 24 course?
I heard a lot of cussing. I was like, that's a difficult course for an SCX24.
I hope next year we can get more than just one course for the 24s and more than one course for a 6. I mean, 6s take up a lot of space, but it would be awesome to see not only multiple 10 scale courses, but to see really 24 scale courses and 6 scale courses.
I would, I feel like the SCX6 has some opportunity to have just something. It's such a different driving experience that it almost seems like just the normal trail stuff doesn't
quite
all together as
yeah,
much.
it doesn't
Like,
quite get
I
there.
feel like it needs an organized thing of some sort, whether it is an organized trail ride or an organized. It doesn't need a race, right? We don't all need races, but whatever it is, it needs something to like, because just to see those massive RCs go through something together would be it'd be worth it to try and put it together.
Yeah, 100%.
I brought 2 RC cars to the event. Years before, I brought like 7, and I drove 1. And this year, I was like, I'm gonna slim it down. I don't need to bring that many. I'm busy working, so I brought 2. One was my Class 2 comp car, and then the other one was my SCX6. I still didn't drive any one of them, but I was really looking forward to seeing Josh, like you're saying, seeing a organized group run of SCX6s would have been awesome. Just because I'm a Jeeper, you go out and you go wheeling and you see a bunch of big rigs going out. It's like, dude, they're gonna go tackle some terrain.
Driving the SCX6s feels a lot more like full-size wheeling than
Big time.
the 110 scale does.
Oh,
so,
yeah, absolutely. Yep. It works better on the terrain because it's so much larger. It's still one of my favorites.
It is for me as well. Yeah. I truly enjoy my SCX6.
Yeah.
I finally broke mine at Axial Fest this year. Mine was still completely stock.
Was that because you rock bounced it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, I was just sending it up and down the like rip-wrapped things, but just because I put the Genzace gave me one of those 10,000 milliamp 4S adventure like advanced series, and I was just like, and they're just like, see how long you could run it, and I ran the trails. I ran the SCX6 trail, and then I drove it in front of my Jeep as I drove back to camp. Just like I drove it with one hand and drove.
Sure, that's a big battery.
But yeah, is 4S rated for that system?
Absolutely.
Absolutely not.
Depends on who you ask.
The answer is the motor is not. The ESC is.
My answer is it's not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's fine.
From a manufacturer's standpoint, do not run it on 4S. From Josh's standpoint, let's see what happens.
I ended up handing that car just to I was just like, just go run this and try and kill this battery. Like, I gave it to like 3 kids. They were running it. I gave it to fit. And then I was just like, oh, the end of the rock racing goes. I was like, I'll rock race this thing around this course once. And it died in the middle of the rock race.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's right. You were like, battery change. I'm all, no.
I was like, this is where it dies? Whatever. So.
Well, what'd you think of the rock race course or the rock bounce course? Were those cool?
Moose Jaw in here said the rock racing bouncing course, in his opinion, looked great.
Good. I think that it was solid. It was just a nice, easy area for everyone to kind of get around, and it is really about just the racing side of it. So
yeah,
it had the rocks well.
Was it the same thing where the guys ran around with the truck?
They didn't have to run around as much as previous years. They could kind of be in more of a central horseshoe, and they could kind of just do a.
That's cool.
You never had to be more than like maybe 25 feet from where you started.
Right.
Oh, that's nice. That's much better because I remember I watched Michael Pham almost die a few times from all the running.
Yes.
So
yeah, it was
glad
pretty
he didn't
rough.
Have to run as much this time. Yep. Was there an ultra this year too?
Yes, there was. I did not actually participate because pretty much the last time I ran was probably Axial Fest 2021. So I didn't think I was going to do it. I should have. I could have. I would have probably walked a lot. I should have actually participated in it because that's one of my favorite things is running with an RC car. I think that's a whole lot of fun. So I'll be back at it as soon as possible.
I'll be there with you.
All about.
Ah, man, it's so awesome. I love it.
It's so fun.
It's so fun.
Why we got to rush? Why we got to run?
I think next year I'll be in the same age category as Randall. So I'm gunning for you, pal.
We don't need to talk about that.
Because I'll be 40
the eldest. No, you won't be in the same.
You won't be in the same class.
Oh, okay.
No.
I'm still up above you.
Yes. Okay. I'm gunning for you, Randall. Feeling good, feeling strong these days.
Yes.
Question.
You look it.
Thank you. Feeling good. Question for Randall from Stabby Josh. What was the turnout for Axial Fest West compared to Midwest? That seems like the concourse was larger at Badlands. I didn't see a lot of concourse coverage, if I'm honest.
Yeah, it may have been bigger. I think this year we had a lot of skepticism, a lot of hesitation. Obviously, California gas prices were astronomical. I literally drove by places that had $8 and change a gallon on my way there, and I was like, I'm just gonna keep going. I think we had, somewhere in the range of like 600 plus at Axial Fest West. I don't know the numbers that were at Badlands, but I do know Badlands gathers a pretty big crowd out there because it's what we call East or Midwest. So
it's one of the only large events out there.
Yeah,
for this sort of hobby, which is really, it's great that you guys are doing that too. I need to make my way out to Indiana and check that one out.
I got hooked to be at Badlands next year. So
all right, okay, I'll meet you there.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
I have to decide. I have to wait until it's closer to time to see how the humidity is feeling. It's
hot,
thick with 2 C's. Jimmy,
you're gonna love it, Randall. It's the
requesting
best.
a base camp builder's kit, which I think that's a pretty decent.
I've also said the same thing.
I could see that. I liked the base camp as far as the more stripped down approach that it had.
Oh yeah, bang for the buck. That thing is awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, I could see that one.
I will listen.
That's a good suggestion.
Dale
C, when is it time to start yelling Axial? I'm ready to lose my voice again.
Oh my god. that's a thing. My voice was gone by Saturday night. It was toast.
Yeah, that's for
who was
for people
handling all that? Who was on the MC situation? Was it all Randall?
No. It was Andy. Andy's the main guy, and then I'm the quote unquote hype man.
Sorry for everyone who thinks you're a hype man. No, that's cool.
Yeah. So it was mainly Andy and I all 3 nights, but we had some help from Rich. We had some help from. We had the Operation 11 Charlie guys up there, so
nice. That's great.
It's a big team effort, but usually it's just Andy and I this year.
I can probably answer this question for you, Randall, but Axial Fest Canada ? Probably not a thing, and I only say that because our population is small and spread out, so you're never going to get the numbers. Like, hey, if you want me to host an unofficial Axial Fest Canada, I can, but I'm not going to.
Right.
Oh, I was like, hey, maybe we're onto something. Maybe we just
because I know what goes into it. Yeah. Just, you know what, Randall? Just send me all the banners, and I'll toss them in a dumpster.
Yeah. If you didn't know this, people from Canada are allowed at the Axial Fest events in Indiana.
You can go to either
or the West Coast.
You can drive. You can fly. You can take a train.
About the same distance as it would be to get to one that was located in a convenient spot in Canada.
Yeah,
exactly.
Where should we host it? Toronto? Ottawa?
No, Winnipeg.
Alberta?
Just Winnipeg is the place. In April. The black flies are thick.
Okay.
Quebec would make for a pleasant.
Oh, wait.
I don't want to go all the way out there. Forget it.
But you got to say it right. It's Quebec.
And not in 2 languages either. No way.
Yeah. Translation is quite difficult.
Bienvenue à Axial Fest.
Yeah. How do you say that in Canada, eh?
Yeah.
All right. Let's leave the Canada jokes out of this. But no, seriously, I'm not going to host it. So
yeah, well, and
don't ask me to.
I don't think we've ever thought about holding one out of the U.S.
No.
It's difficult to hold 2.
And think about this, guys. It's the people who work for Axial run Axial Fest. So if you want to have one in like Europe or Canada, you've got to fly all those people there, all the supplies. It's the logistics of it, nightmare.
Yeah.
They have one that's located in the Midwest because half the employees are there, and
Yes.
the other half are in California. So
yeah, that's part of it. That is part of it. We really wanted to move it to the east, but it is also very difficult to find a location that will allow us to do what we do and be able to host as many people as we do. And on top of that, the corporation has all kinds of air meets and RC Fest and like all these other events. So, and now it's, you know, with the Proline acquisition, now it's also Proline by the Fire. Like there's all these events
which is one of the best.
Yeah. The events planning team has, I mean, their hands are full. They've got a lot going on.
Yeah. So Axial Fest Hawaii then.
Right.
Sure.
I could see them lobbying hard for that one.
Yeah, that one I could see.
You know what? We should cover this.
There's a lot of rock there.
These guys are just
I will go. Yeah, I will go host.
Scout it out.
Yeah.
Scout it out.
I'll call Tatum.
We'll give you a per diem.
Sure.
And you can have all the poi you can eat.
Oh.
Don't even know what that is.
XR 10.2 at WRCCA Nationals this year. Randall, if you go ahead and just take the axles and throw them underneath of the SCX 10.2 chassis. Just call it a scale truck.
Okay, what if
sell
I
it that way?
XR10 axles and put it under a Capra.
Hey, there you go. Done.
You know what? That's how when they knock off all these trucks, that's basically what, like, you seen the knockoff bomber that has the little like toy MOA.
Oh God, yeah. Yes, it's horrible.
Yeah,
it's so bad. Those are all terrible.
Yeah. But
ridiculous.
No, Matt, you are wrong. XR10 axles would be awesome.
I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that was wrong.
That would be great. It would be great to have some MOA axles come back.
I know.
Yeah, sure.
It would be fun.
I love MOA. It's my favorite now.
Matt's real. Actually, he just bought this.
Oh, don't even show that on screen while Randall's here.
You're going to need to call me afterwards. We need to have a discussion.
Guys. Josh has kicked off the team, the unofficial Axial team.
Yeah, I'm going to quickly call our marketing department.
Exactly. We're back. We're back in.
No more SCX 1-to-1s for you.
So obviously we know we can't get future projects out of you.
I looked behind me before I even got my camera set up today.
Yeah, just like
I do this quick, like
you make sure everything's on the floor. It's below camera level.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
They're all guys. They're all right here.
Oh yeah, like I keep mine on this side of the room, so it's just like
all my stuff is in the other room.
Yeah, no matter the camera angle, because Matt sees through a webcam and it sees a different perspective, so I just keep them over there, or out of the room completely.
I do have a lot. I even with my friends coming over, I have banners hanging on the shelves of some of the stuff in here, and it's like cars are put away, out of the way, and I literally bought a sign that said "No cell phones beyond this point," just to put on my office door, because it's like I don't trust anybody. These freaking guys, you know.
Well, without giving any specifics, surely you can talk about the timeline for something like new, like what from inception of idea to actual first production sample. Like, how long would a process like that take?
So it depends on what we're doing. Obviously, a lot of times, if it's what I kind of consider a makeover, wheels, tires, bodies, interior details, you know, just some kind of small stuff. That stuff doesn't take as long as a ground up chassis. So you see projects anywhere from 18 months to 24 months or possibly longer. And you know, all the PDs have a list of stuff that is scheduled out literally to fill their job queue and make sure that we're busy and release products in a timely manner. You know, and every product developer has a different timeline for their projects. So I could have one. I do have something coming in November, but there could be something coming before that I'm not a part of. So
like Friday.
It
next Friday?
Never on a Friday.
One after that.
Never on a Friday.
So Tuesday, Thursday.
No, I can see it just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank God.
We have to use multiple cameras.
I should actually. You need all the angles.
Yeah, because you see us through one, they see us through another. Matt's chat, my
gotcha.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Scott O'Blander's suggestion here: Gomez Brothers UFO to replace the bomber. I
am in. That's a great idea.
That is something to discuss. Is discontinued stuff.
I will give thumbs up on that. If I can make a Gomez car, that would be
right.
Awesome. Those guys are nuts.
That would be sick.
They are absolutely. And that'd be some fun research and development. Like I got to go hang out with the Gomez brothers. So
I gotta drive their car around a bit.
Yeah, I am gonna need bail money and
yes. I do know them, so that wouldn't be out of the question to really try to get after a UFO car like that. But
you heard it here first, folks.
Yep, it's coming.
So
soon.
Good suggestion.
The car nobody's currently buying is coming back.
Yeah. Now the bomber is it officially discontinued?
No.
It's not officially discontinued. Okay.
No, I think we still have stock on the KOH limited edition.
I thought, but the other versions say discontinued on Horizon's website. Is that correct?
Yeah, pretty
much. To the
website.
Yeah, pretty much. Double check my math, but yeah, I think it's it has reached its end of life. Which is a bummer.
Anyway. Yeah, it is a bummer because the bomber is always a fun car. I always like that. And what else would you get to do in the Ultra?
They don't even list the other ones anymore.
So
they do. It
kind of depends. Yeah. If we see a huge demand for another production run of the bomber, then there's potential it could come back. Right at the moment, we've got it out of stock, and it is what it is. I think there are several vendors, several other shops that have plenty of bombers for sale, but we just don't have any right now. We have the KOH version, unless it's out of stock. Yep. But we should have a few of those left.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Those are available.
Checking it today.
Yep. And I think because there was some of their other bomber styles available at Axial Fest this year, wasn't there?
Probably from RPP.
Yeah, okay, that was from RPP. I thought I saw that at the Horizon.
Yeah, I don't think we had any. It was probably RPP that had them.
So do you think then that the sort of the 2.2 style is sort of going away? Like, are people losing interest in that?
I do not think that at all.
Well, because you've got the Rift.
Oh yeah, the Rift is pretty good. Yeah, that's
the Rift. RBX10 is a 2.2.
Right.
Can you just say Rift? What's wrong with you? Just say Rift.
The RB14 base.
I'm educating.
Just call it the actual
AR-14,
Raft.
AR-14B based vehicles.
Sounds like a product catalog guy.
Yes, AR-14B. Yeah, almost right. Well, don't ask me part numbers because I've lost it. We've had so many new part numbers and part number schemes changed and stuff I can't even keep track of anymore. I used to actually know all of the Axial part numbers, but now, yeah, totally. But now that I'm not at that level and I'm just assigning part numbers and descriptions and then moving on, I don't actually remember them. So,
yeah,
I couldn't. I think I don't even know. 3016 is maybe the KOH bomber. No, that's a 3013, right? Yeah,
3013. Yeah, right on.
3013.
Good job.
Yeah. It's hard to keep track of them nowadays.
It's I know.
Well, there's just so many new products and stuff that haven't come out yet, and you don't want to spoil any of those.
Like, what's the new 3015 you're working on? That was what one? I can't remember.
Which one?
Was there a Niner in there?
Yeah, I catch a Niner.
I'm not even going to slip on that.
We almost got him. Darn it.
Can I think of a number?
Yeah. What's the T2 version of that new one that's coming? Because there was.
The turquoise blue one?
Yeah.
West Desert Wheeler wants to know what number. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Josh. Go ahead.
Eric Baker was at Axial Fest. He said Randall hinted at another Capra update at Axial Fest. Can he share more?
A Capra, updated Capra?
Something.
Yeah,
It might have been
front-
late Friday night that you mentioned this. So
it's all wheel steer, but they changed the back axle to be the front axle.
right. It's the
But we already
4-wheel
have that.
steer,
Wait
but
a
it's
minute.
independent 4-wheel steer. You can
Actually,
make
oh yeah.
the tires.
No.
You take the tire rod off.
No. But we made it like a forklift. So we made a solid axle in the front, a locked axle in the front, and a steering axle in the rear. That's all we
Excellent.
did. Yeah.
I love it. Oh, it's the Kentucky Sky Blue one. Yes. Okay.
That was the one.
Yeah, that's it. Right. People are vehemently asking for the UMG to come back.
I just saw that over here as well.
Yeah, I've had like, oh
Yeah.
I've had like
Now that there is a
questions about
portal option from
it. You got
Axial.
portal axles. You just
And
put
if they
them
would just
under
make
the
it
UMG
not
again.
a crappy wheelbase choice, I wouldn't even hate it.
Have you put portal axles under a UMG 10?
Yes.
Yeah. The 11 point whatever wheelbase is already terrible.
And you
make
liked
it
it?
tall. No.
I love mine.
Make
Mine's
a new
the best.
one, but don't
portals?
make it 11.4. Make it 13.4. Like,
Look at mine, Randall. It's awesome. Look at this thing.
Wait, I can show you one. Is that those are the Portal 44s?
Yeah, they're Currys from Vanquish, but
of course.
exactly.
Let me see if I
Hey.
can move. Hang on a second.
always getting something special, guys. Be sure to grab your screen grabs.
Oh, you can see that.
Get ready with the print screen button.
It's a one of a kind.
Because these,
You'll never
this
see
is
it.
what we see on this channel.
Click Alt print screen to only grab the window you're looking at.
This is what I
the truck.
wanted.
Here's the truck.
Yes. Yes.
Oh
Yes.
God!
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
There you go.
Something that you know what, Randall? I'll give you real money for that. I will pay you actual dollars.
That is a one of a kind. It will never happen. Those are we considered it. We looked at it. It kicks
And then
ass.
they fired
It
whoever
kicks
said this was
ass.
a good idea.
It kicks ass over the other brand that had those style of treads, because that thing rocks. I've driven it, and I have actually the other one. I won't even put on screen because it doesn't deserve it. But that UMG 10 on tracks is awesome. It's one of a kind, and it will never come out.
Good.
Shut up, Josh.
And my UMG 10 is 2-speed, right? It's a 10.2 chassis with a 2-speed in it. So I didn't put dig in it yet, but it's got 2 speeds. So it's actually, I really wanted to rip it through the snow. Yeah.
Dig with tracks would be the best.
So it's got slow and slightly slower on tracks and just
Yeah, it was. I was going to make it a recovery rig, put a wrecker on the back of it. I haven't done it yet, but I want to put a wrecker on the back of it and make it a recovery rig. So
I love it. I love everything about that.
help
That's
is on
fantastic.
the way. He'll be there eventually.
Did you bring
And
your
then-
tent?
And DK said, "Okay, but for real, bring the UMG back." I think there's a great opportunity there. Do a slightly longer wheelbase. Have some fun with it.
13.
Why-
Put it on the freaking Gladiator wheelbase.
Ooh, yeah. Do what Josh did.
Four-door UMG, long bet, Gladiator wheelbase.
Yes.
On those
Yes.
ports, there's your winner.
Yes. Make it do that.
You will not convince me because I didn't like the UMG 10 to begin with.
I mean,
I have one that's really cool, and the UMG was one of my projects. Like that was one of the things I worked on, and I couldn't get me to back it. It was cool.
Unbelievable.
I get it. You know.
1/6 scale Capra would be epic. I am on board for that.
Oh my god.
1/6 scale bomber.
A sick? No.
No.
That's a toddler killer. We don't need that.
Yeah.
You want to kill toddlers? Might I suggest the Baja 5B?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. A Capra, a big scale, large scale Capra would be pretty awesome. I don't know.
That would be sick, but you'd have to find terrain to drive it on. I think it would get pretty stale pretty quick.
And again, the Capra's called a UTB. Not a Capra.
Trail buggy. Yeah, there it is.
It's a UTB. The Capra is the cage that sits on it.
Right, not the axles. What are those axles actually called? Those are the only axles I don't know the name of.
The Capra axles? They were Curry F9s.
No, I know, but like AR-44, AR-45s were the portal.
They were the AR.
Then there was the AR-45 straights. What was the Capra?
That's a really good question. I might have to look.
You guys didn't name the freaking Capra axles.
You might be right.
You guys failed us.
I think they're
failed us.
F9s. They're Curry F9s. They're Curry F9s. Yep.
Curry F9 portal axles.
Yeah, Curry F9.
That's all.
That is unacceptable, and you know it. You guys
Why?
forgot. It's
a fabricated 9. It's an F9. It's a fabricated 9-inch housing.
No, it's the forgot 9.
Yeah, exactly.
Ouch.
Everything else has an axle name.
It has it. It's an F9.
For those of you just tuning in, this is Randall from Axial Adventure. He's a product lead and all-around great guy.
Exactly. Randall, have you ever, at your full-size Jeeper, have you ever got into fabricating in like metal on the 110 scale stuff?
No, not yet. I do not own a welder. I actually, when the house I'm in, we had the house built here in Utah, Herkin, Utah. Say it right, Herkin. Herkin.
Like people from Missouri who can't say Miami.
Right.
Or Nevada.
Yeah. Arkansas? Wait, what?
Yeah.
So I did have a 50 amp circuit put in for a welding machine, and I had 50 amp put in for RV hookups outside and stuff like that. So I do plan to get a welder, but I haven't actually explored that, and I really want to. I think it's cool.
You know what? You should, and then you should pick up some stuff from Scale Metal Supplies, who is this month.
You sly dog.
They've got great fabricating tables.
They do,
Randall.
I will look into that. Hey, they were, you know what? They were at Axial Fest, and they donated a lot of raffle prizes, and it's hard for me to get around and meet everybody. So I think it's really cool that, you know, they back this type of a live feed up, and I don't know why, but they
we don't know why either.
We don't either. But
your guess is as good as ours.
And they're moving east. They're going to be closer to Axial Fest Badlands next year.
Oh, no kidding. Where's he moving to?
Indiana, Illinois.
Yeah, okay. That's close to Axial.
Indiana, I think.
Yeah. Attica, Indiana is where Badlands is, and
Attica.
Champaign, Illinois is where Horizon is. So
yeah, he's going to be in the ballpark.
Sure.
A stone's throw away.
I think now is as good a time as any, now that we've gotten our sponsorship requirements out of the way, to ask the burning question.
Is this looking?
We've all been wondering. It's
a question for Josh, right?
A substantial amount of time since we last saw you, Randall. Have you watched Flying Cars?
Oh God, you bastards! I will say this: I put it in my Amazon queue, and I have 30 days to watch it. I paid.
You paid.
I paid. I knew I was going to get called on that. Gosh damn it.
Yeah, it's sort of key that you watch that movie. We told you the last time you were on, because this is the third time you've been on this show now, I think.
Technically,
yes, that is correct.
And you're supposed to have watched it by now.
I'm going to send you guys screenshots just to make up for me not watching it. Just so you know, I actually did watch it.
Post it on Instagram, tag us, and Scale Metal.
Yeah, exactly. You might actually win a little.
I don't know if I want to post that on any social media. But
I'm telling you, it's a date night movie.
It looks like a really good romance.
Take your lady out for a nice dinner at Sizzler, and then bring her home, put it on the big screen, get a big bowl of popcorn, and just see where the night takes you.
Can I add some Dairy Queen to dessert?
Absolutely.
Ooh,
I think that's a great choice.
Well, since you brought up sizzle, I'll take it back to how about a Foster Freeze?
Mint Oreo Blizzards.
Mint Oreo Blizzard. Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe choose it as one of the next movies for screening at Trail Hero on the big screen.
I actually, Josh, was going to say I do host a thing out here called Movie on the Rocks. I've hosted a few of them out here. It's amazing. You have to 4-wheel drive out to this rock that's out in Sand Hollow State Park, and the only way to get there is with 4-wheel drive type vehicle or lifted vehicles. And I take a generator and a sound system and some projectors, and I work with Trail Hero, and I put a movie on out on the rocks, and it is literally like a drive-in movie. Maybe I will have to host.
Yeah.
Flying cars.
It's not a maybe. It's an absolutely you must.
I don't want to lose my attendance level, though.
Well, can't guarantee that won't happen.
It's like, he's the second or third most punchable figure in RC. So,
gosh. Yeah,
he is, however, a big jumper. Yeah. So,
jumper of what?
Yeah.
RC cars, obviously.
Oh, RC cars.
And Eric Baker did a showing. He says you're invited next year to watch it at Axial Fest because he brought a projector and a screen at Axial Fest.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did that.
Flying cars.
When?
This year.
Shut.
Friday night.
Why did I not hear about this? I would have saved some money.
Right?
I would have saved $4.
Yeah, you would have saved all of that $4 for you would have gotten a half a blizzard out of that, or two, maybe a blizzard and a half.
I don't know what blizzards cost in Canada, but I don't think they're
they're expensive here, man.
Did gas prices go crazy up there in your neck of the woods? Eh?
They already were, but we were paying $2 a liter.
Google Convert.
Yeah,
my phone's on mute, so
it's like $8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's around that.
But you don't have to worry about me, Randall. I got a plug-in hybrid Jeep now.
So you're a Prius owner?
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
Because I know you can't afford a Tesla.
I don't want a Tesla. Ew.
Oh yeah, dude. Okay, I will say, I drove through Tahoe on the way to Axial Fest, and I have never in my life seen so many Tesla vehicles up there on the roads, and they drove so gosh damn slow, and I was passing them in my diesel F250 that I drove up there. Like, it was just ridiculous.
Because they're being efficient.
Yes, they're trying to be slippery through the air.
Yeah.
But no, I traded in my 2018 Wrangler and got a 4xe.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're still a Jeep owner?
Yeah.
And a tree hugger?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, but Matt drives 300 miles a month, maybe.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Let's see. Let's bring that thing down here and let's go take you wheeling and see how that 4xe lasts.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? It's a Rubicon. It's got everything that a regular Rubicon has, just a battery pack. That's the only difference.
Yeah. Except the motor. Yeah.
It's got a turbo 4. It's got a turbo 4.
Doesn't have an engine.
It's got a turbo 4.
I know.
It's got the
hybrid.
He drove it all the way to Alabama.
Yeah.
You know what? Matt, you probably should not have even told me that's what you have now, because your coolness level has dropped by like 10.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We should get you an SCX sticker for it on the back.
1-to-1 size. What about that? 1-to-1 size. 1-to-1 size SCX 10 stickers.
I'll tell you what. It's the second most fastest, powerful Jeep they make.
I wouldn't doubt it. Jeeps are slow.
That's quite the bar to set.
Right. It's here and there. It's here and there.
You're really hard on Jeeps for being a Jeeper.
A 4xe, really? I don't know.
Oh my God.
Maybe it should say Liberty on it.
Ooh, Matt had a Liberty.
No, I didn't have a Liberty.
Oh wait, no,
I had a Compass.
Yeah, the Compass.
I wouldn't even have admitted that either.
There's a lot of things that I admit to, Randall, that I'm ashamed of. Believe
Whatever.
me.
Before my F250, I had a Volkswagen Tiguan. So
that was
Look who's talking.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember when The Liberties were a little bit cool in some ways because they used to use the hood and grill on rock buggies.
That is correct.
That was the only reason that Liberties were kind of cool.
Kind of cool. Yep.
It's like
kind of
But they cut
cool.
a whole lot of slots out and narrowed it.
Yeah, it was like three slots.
Like 3-4 slots, yeah.
It was a triangle, but other than that,
Triangle headlights.
Adam Tebben has some great advice. Hey, you big meanie head, stop picking on Matt. Yeah, exactly.
I don't get to talk to you enough, Matt, so I have to get it all
I
out
know,
on
you
the
have to
show.
get it all in all at once. I understand. It's totally fine. I'm happy about that.
Matt, I got a question for both of you guys. Matt first, what's the latest axial product that you have worked on? Like done a build on?
Rob Builder's kit.
Okay, what'd you build?
I am building, it's part of my weekly series, What's on the Bench Weekly, but I'm building up a chassis right now, changing out I took all the guts out of it, and now it's got a front motor mount and a transfer case, and it's going to be a Range Rover Classic.
What transfer case is that?
GCM. They make a front motor plate that you stick your transmission on. It's basically for the SCX1.
Sure.
Right.
But
Sure.
It's parts that I've kind of grafted onto this because I'm sort of rebuilding this truck in the spirit of the original, which was all SCX10.
Okay. So is that going to pass tech at Axial Fest next year?
100%.
Can we discuss that?
We might be able to discuss that. That's a political matter. Oh, that's a cool body.
Cool body.
Is
right?
It's a Range Rover.
Yeah. So,
Josh.
Josh, before we get into that, what's your latest?
Mine, I was going to say it was the base camp, but it was actually the SCX1 I did for the first vehicle on Flip That Truck this season, where I took an original SCX10, had a bunch of like really good original upgrade parts for that. I hadn't worked on an SCX1 in a long time. Kind of put that together to make a very nice period correct SCX1 build. But before that, it was the base camp, and I need to get back to it as well.
So the last, minus all my top secret stuff, the last thing I worked on, brief story. A guy's son had his RC car ran over by a truck up at Axial Fest, and he was very upset about it. The kid was very upset about it. And when I walked over to talk to him about it, I told him, hey, I looked at it. He's like, dude, this thing's like OG. It's the original stock electronics, like stock everything. I'm like, all right, cool. I said, you know what? It's going to be really hard to find stock replacement parts for that thing, but I have a stash of parts. I'll take it home and I'll rebuild it, and I'll ship it back to you. And he's like, dude, that'd be great. Long story short.
That's amazing. That's pretty cool.
I didn't really pay attention to the truck and how OG it actually was, but Josh might remember. I don't know if Matt, if you'll remember, way back in the day, we used Phillips head flanged screws to hold the servo in.
Right.
Way back. And we were very proud of the fact when we finally got rid of those and came out with the part number AXA0109 for the oversized hex head flange screws. I got the truck home and I looked at it and I was like, oh my gosh, this still has the unbranded servo that we used to use.
Oh, the AS1.
Not even an AS1. It was before the AS1.
Before that.
Yeah, it was like a Rainbird servo or something. We didn't have a name for it. And it had the Phillips head screws. And I went, no freaking way. This thing is like stock old.
So
Wow.
Blew me away.
The original kit for like the AX10.
Yeah, this was an SCX.
So it wasn't it was
an
so the
SCX10.
Was it did the first RTR SCX, the Dingo, it had a bunch of Phillips head in it, didn't it?
I think that one had a bunch, and
It did.
And originally the servo was like the last. Those servo screws were the last thing that we were trying to replace before we could say it was all hex hardware.
Yep.
That was a proud moment, right? We were like, dude, we eliminated everything.
We got ball bearings and hex head hardware.
Yeah.
I totally remember that. And in fact, when I was going through this rebuild on this Range Rover, it was originally a Dingo, and it had Phillips head hardware on it.
The skid plate bolts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember those specifically being like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. So
What was it the other
I took
day?
it home, fixed it, and shipped it off to him. So
That's super cool, man.
Yeah.
That's nice, man. That's good.
There was a release just the other day of something that had bushings in it. Like, had a pedigree of having bearings, and they had a new version with bushings.
Tanya?
Yeah, that's right.
Not from us.
No.
I was like, what?
I can't remember what it was, but I think maybe I talked about it on the Scale News. I can't remember, but I just remember seeing it being like, wait, what? like I was
why would you go that way? Yeah.
Like, what year is this?
Yeah.
I just was shocked, but I can't, and it wasn't to me because how can you be?
Yeah,
I don't know how they've got away with it.
Yeah. Any comment on why Axial hasn't released a leaf spring version? I don't need to ask Randall that question or Josh.
Pick me.
Please don't. Go ahead, answer it, Matt.
No comment.
They're terrible, is what he meant to say.
They definitely perform differently.
It's always on the table. We talk about it. We talk about it often. We haven't made a
Travis
decision.
bring it up? I feel like Travis brings it up.
I don't want to throw any names anywhere.
He likes tanks, and I have a feeling
I do feel like if anybody's going to ask for it, it would be him.
Yeah,
I know.
I am not a fan of it. I've seen him perform at different levels, and I'm a Jeep guy with coil springs. I'm not a leafer guy, so maybe there's something there. But we keep talking about it. So
okay, someday
that's about it.
The same guy who brought up the tracks, isn't it?
It's probably the same guy that wanted me to bring the UMG 10 back.
Nope, different guy. Would you ever make a body based off Matt's off-road recovery? I think that's not something.
Well, no, not likely. Maybe a one-off or something. We might do something like that. Ironically, Matt's off-road recovery is 2 blocks away from me. So I've been over there.
Hurricane,
yeah. Been over there, talked to the guys. They do have some Axial product and stuff like that. But
nice. That's cool.
Yeah, we haven't really. We've talked about it, but it hasn't panned out yet. So it's not off the table. But at this moment, how many people want a Matt's off-road recovery RC car?
Right.
Right.
It's an XJ. Is that what you want, or do you want the big banana,
or the Corvair?
Yeah, the big banana.
It's
Corvair. Is that what that one is?
I thought
it's called a Morvair.
Morvair.
But I think the Banna is the XJ.
Recovery rig, right? That's
the one they want. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just another Power Wagon. Just use one of those and paint it yellow.
The Morvair. Randall is in Utah, yes.
Yes, I am in Utah. Hurricane, Utah.
He lives at 123 Fake Street.
Yeah, totally. That was good. That was good.
Because you thought I was going to say where you really live.
I don't even know if you know my address.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't think you do.
And I don't care to know either.
Yeah, we're not that close. The most important thing is I know your address, right?
Right.
Yes, exactly. That's all I care about. Just send me stuff.
Right.
Gimme.
Yep.
Send me a snake in a box.
Josh, you were going to say something about tech. What do you want to?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
What do you want to know, man?
The concourse.
Okay.
I saw nothing of the concourse. What happened at the concourse?
Concourse is never. Concourse Axial does a nice job. They kind of help hand it off to people to help judge and kind of go through.
Yep.
But the overall winner had an element front end.
Ooh.
I didn't notice that. I wasn't part of.
I
wasn't part of that.
I know you guys help hand it off, and the guys are just like, "This is good."
I would actually be surprised if it had an element front end. Well, I'm going to say two things. I'll be surprised that it passed regular tech, because
it was the IFS front end.
Because if you're in concourse, you should have already had a tech sticker. You got to have both. However, the really tricky part is, does the element front end differential use axial gears?
Nope.
No.
Yeah. See, so there's a little bit of a
right. No, it shouldn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
I heard some
I was
other
like, oh.
stuff. Yeah, I heard some other stuff. Some other issues that kind of arose that
It's
we
so
need to
hard
deal
to
with
do. And
after
it's
the
like,
fact. Dude, it used to be really easy when we had an SCX10 and we had a 3-gear transmission and we had, SCX10 AX10 axles. It was easy, right?
On the other side of it, it's one of those things. It's like at the same time, it's just like, yeah, everyone's always so freaking worried about like, does this work? Does this work? Does that? It's just like, just come have fun. And it's an axial event, like transport axial. Like I'm always one to say, go by the rules.
Right.
It's
axial. It's
but
axial
at the same
fest.
time,
Just go to Axial
working,
Fest.
Like, but at the same time, like everyone's there working. Like, they're not going to pick you up by the back of your collar and throw you out at the event.
No.
Like I would suggest just following the rules, but at the same time, like if you're you're not kicking people out. Like
no, like
don't be.
You guys have always been really polite about it. You're like, if you don't mind, maybe don't
put it in your
drive
car,
that.
Drive a different one. Like,
yeah.
Years back, I at one of the Axial Fests, I went night crawling with some buddies. I think it was Jake Wright and I can't remember who else, but some of the coworkers. We went out night crawling at Cisco Grove Axial Fest, and we came across another group of guys, and we were all talking about RC cars and who built what and who did what and what customizations they did and stuff like that. And this one kid at the event was super, super stoked about his build, and it was an SCX10 and it had a Traxxas IFS front end on it, and he was super excited about it. And he's like, cool. And he's like, so what do you do? And I went, well, I work for Axial. And he went, oh no. Yeah. Oh, I'm like, so that won't pass tech, and I'm part of the tech team. So if you bring that by the table tomorrow, it's not going to pass. Yeah. So I was like, you can run it tonight, but don't even bother. Don't even bother. And he was so deflated. Like he was super proud of his RC car. And I was like, dude, it's really, really cool. Wrong place.
But the point
it's
not.
It's Axial Fest. It's not Traxxas Fest. It's not Element Fest. It's not Associated Fest. It's not Losi Fest. Like,
right. Even your own brands. You.
Matter of fact, a guy showed up. I'm not going to drop any names because I don't like to do it. But a coworker showed up, and he had a Barrage, an old Samurai. I don't even know what it was. Right. It was, but I was like, that's not an Axial product. I'm like, dude, you're at Axial Fest. Why do you even have this car here? You can't drive it. Like, are you kidding me? Like, no way. Just get it out of here. Take it to your room. That's not.
We don't want to give any names away, but it was B. Nunez. Oh, that's too obvious. It's too obvious.
No,
Brian N.
You will never guess who it was. You will never guess who it was. And then I heard
driving a Samurai. Like
that's weird.
And then I heard another guy brought a Losi laser nut, and I went, "You're not driving that here? Are you kidding me? This is Axial Fest."
What about Viteras? None of them survived.
No.
They're all gone. They're all gone.
Rich can't bring any of his, so no.
He's still that one lone man in the tent in that picture. The Terra Fest.
Yeah.
The Terra Fest.
The Terra Fest, yeah.
I'd like to get whoever came up with that meme on the show. I think he would be a great guest.
I will say I am working on a Losi project. They finally gave me
that's a good, because
a Losi project to work on.
You became a product developer in 2019?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, shortly after Horizon acquired Axial.
Right. Yep. Or was that 2018? 18, right?
No,
18, 19.
19.
I think it was 19.
Sure.
I think it was 19.
Don't make me go to the spreadsheet.
Yeah, probably 19.
It was 19 because in 2018, I think it was still.
That 2018 was the last Axial Fest where Andy got up and said, if I remember right, it was 2018. He got up and said it will never change from Axial Fest.
Wouldn't that be the first year that they had it?
That would be the last year at Cisco Grove.
Right. And that was
the year that Horizon bought. They bought Axial shortly before that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, That makes
He's stuck
sense.
to
So
it.
20.
He's stuck to his word. It's still Axial Post.
So yeah, you became a product developer around that time,
Mm-hmm.
and then you've only worked on Axial products since.
Yeah. I've been with Axial 15 years. I've always worked on Axial product, and they finally gave me hey, check out this other product. We'd like to have you develop. Put your spin on this other product. So
right, and that is a
Losi.
It's got six
it's four-wheel.
tracks on
four-wheel
it.
drive?
It's got 4 wheels, but they're not all that big.
So
Okay.
transport tires on.
They're not all that big.
It's the Losi Terra, the Losi Terra. It's got a very low Chevy Suburban body on it.
It's really yeah.
It's got a green Suburban body.
It's a chop top Suburban. Yes, that's what.
4-door.
Yeah.
70s Suburban.
Yeah. Drift car.
I love it. Mr. HS, thanks very much. I think this is probably a question for Josh and I, but what do you think of doing a What's on the Bench Build Battle Ultimate Trail Truck Runners? And I will also wish you a happy birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday tomorrow, Mr. HS. I'll answer that question later on. Sorry, Randall?
That seemed like a lengthy one.
Ultimate Trail Truck Runners. What's on the bench?
Isn't that what all of Matt's?
That's all of Matt's
mine. Builds.
It's every single
these
one
are
that I do.
Trail trucks.
Every one you do is an ultimate build.
I make
ultimate trail truck. Yeah.
I make all of them perform less good than they did before.
Yeah. He could probably do a UTB and just call it an ultimate trail bug.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. There's lots of choices.
That's amazing.
So let's see. Sorry, I interrupted you. You were saying that Losi project was a what?
Chop top. It's a chop top Suburban with a wheelie bar.
But it's
drift.
It's a drift with a wheelie
bar.
bar.
With a wheelie bar. I think I got that right.
No prep. It's a no prep drift car.
And the tires were smaller.
Like a 0.7 or.
I could measure them if you'd want. I don't know.
The spammers are.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's pretty cool. I'm kind of stoked. It's cool to be able to work on a different project and put my spin on a different brand, and hopefully it does well. I mean, the cool thing I like about this project, and like I liked about the early Ford Bronco and other projects that I'm working on, is sometimes I'm a Jeep guy, so I'm into Jeeps, but I was never into Ford Broncos. And what I really liked about that project was being able to dive into the early Ford Bronco and really start to learn all the key features and make sure that I wasn't putting something on the Ford Bronco that wasn't a real possibility on a one-to-one Ford Bronco.
Like a fourth door on a Suburban.
Right.
Or
a top. Yeah.
Now, is this this new project, will that be just the second brushless project you've worked on? Because the Rift was the first.
They may not be happy with me doing brushless projects.
Okay, so this one is brushed. Got it.
I think I overdevelop. I think I like to overdevelop. There was two mistakes that I made on the RBX 10.
The Rift.
That I learned about. Yes, that I learned about. One was, don't say it's rated for something that's
just because
ludicrous.
It's rated for that?
Just because it's rated for that.
Yeah.
Because everybody instantly put 4S in it and blew the damn thing up. And they were like, well, you said it was, it can handle that kind of a battery, but I mean, if you drive like a...
If you drive like a Josh, it's really more of a 3S truck.
Come on.
I remember I was driving
What do you think's going to happen?
God, what did you have out at the Scale Nationals in Utah? And I was driving it around.
It was
the Rift.
It was the Rift, but I don't remember. There's something about it that was different or new. Oh, it was
either all locked or it was open.
It was all locked. It was all locked is what it was. And I remember, and I was driving, and all of a sudden I was driving towards me, and the whole axle in the middle was just dry, like just I was like, what did I do? And then I realized that it was because Randall was jumping the sidewalk like back and forth. And there was one, we were all sitting at the picnic table, and he hit it one time. We were all just like, oh, like
that's right.
It sounded bad. And we're like, ooh.
Yeah.
And then he's like, here, you want to drive it? And I was just driving, and it was just, I was like,
oh, you screwed it up.
You did that. You did that.
Something not right here.
Yeah. So that was one.
Stanced.
The other one, the other one was saying that you can dye the cage. I will never, ever put a product out there. Even if you can, I will never put another product out there that says you can dye the cage.
What's the headache with that?
Yeah, what's the problem?
Because you have to provide legit instruction on how to do it. You have to have some backup if you're going to say something like that. Because, and we essentially needed to make like tutorials on how to dye it. And I don't even know if we finally did it or not. And there's a whole lot of red tape involved with dyeing plastic. And it blew my mind because it's been around for before
decades.
I was even before I was even at RC. If you just look up how to dye plastic, it's everywhere.
I mean,
was like,
it's all there.
Yeah.
I've seen people attempt it, and it just came out these like terrible blue colors. Just
yeah. I think maybe you need to move your mouse more often.
No, the camera's actually like physically dying. But I will respond now that I'm back. And Josh, you suck. It looks great. It looks great. Kentucky Blue. It's the best. I did a whole... You know what, Randall? You can just steal my demo because I demoed exactly what to do.
Wait, is it blue?
Yeah. It was called the Easter buggy.
You want me to get it? I'll go get it.
It had little ears on it.
And
it matched his shirt.
It
should have the little green fake grass is what that thing should have coming out of the interior.
You are so wrong because this looks awesome.
That looks like a freaking Easter egg, and you know it.
It's perfect. I love it. It's exactly what I wanted.
You know what that reminds me of? Do you remember the pink, white, and blue Yeti body that we came out with?
Yeah, the
confetti colored
one or whatever.
No, the confetti colored pink, white, and blue. It was just a drop on body for the
Is that what it was?
the Yeti. Yeah, that's what that reminds me of.
You guys can both shut up because this is beautiful.
Matt, I have a blue Rift cage if you'd like it.
If you'd like one that's actually blue,
like legit blue.
This is the color I was going for.
It fits right on an RBX 10.
You guys can both shut up.
I'm gonna
show
find
is over.
Some printable ears for you. One like partially down, like.
Oh, a dyeable capper cage. You can dye the red one and make it black. Super easy.
Okay.
The red cage, not terrible. I liked it.
No, the red cage is cool. I like that one too.
Well, that's good to hear.
So that one.
Oh, that sounds like a hint.
What? A red cage?
Goes, well, that's good to hear. Maybe there's another capper coming out. There's another capper coming out.
You won't see me make anything in red.
Print the ears in pink TPU. That'd be a good idea for Matt.
Oh, yeah. Shut up. It's great. I love this car.
That's amazing. Have you driven it anymore? Or is it a shelf queen?
No, I've driven it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, do you have it all souped up?
No, it's pretty stock. I mean, it was the kit, but I used all the recommended electronics.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Spectrum.
Yeah, exactly.
You should have put it in for the recommended amount of time in that pot of dye.
Dude, that's the color it's supposed to be.
That is a weird blue color.
Kentucky sky blue.
That's
like exactly what it looks like.
That's like
people from Kentucky are so mad at you.
No, that's like I want to be Superman blue, but I'm just not man enough.
People in Kentucky are just be like, "This is not what color our sky is."
It's exactly the color of the Kentucky sky.
We have bold, proud blue.
I was in Kentucky, and I was like, "Yep, it's about right."
He held it up to the sky. He's like, "Color match."
Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Camera one, camera two, camera one, camera
Pantone.
Pantone.
All right. On that note, we should definitely end this show.
Randall,
Always a pleasure, man. I
appreciate you helping me abuse Matt.
Anytime, dude.
Hey, hang on. This is not how this show is supposed to go.
No,
We're supposed to abuse you.
Yeah, next
Randall.
time you're definitely right. Next time I'll abuse Harley.
Okay, thank you.
That'll be good.
It's perfect.
And hopefully, man, I appreciate you guys having me on the show. It's fun to chit chat with you. And
always great to have you on.
Hopefully, I'll be back on the show when I have another product release.
Yeah. Let us know when you get that done with that brushless Losi crawler worm drives.
Oh, the touring, the
drag racing, the
touring drift suburban
drift. It's a drift rock bouncer.
Can you imagine a suburban rock bouncer?
That'd be good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Randall. Thank you very much, Randall. Always a pleasure. We'll see you soon.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, guys.
Later.
Love you. Bye. Wow. You can go straight to hell, Josh.
I'm having to switch back and forth to get this to pop up. There we go. And there you are.
All right. It's rapidly approaching 11 o'clock, so we're going to wrap this one up. I still have an episode of What's on the Bench Weekly to cut for tomorrow morning, and then I have to go to work again. So this going to work thing, not a fan.
Not a fan. What color shirt are you wearing tomorrow?
Probably more Kentucky Sky Blue. It's a mermaid shirt. It's got little mermaids all over it.
Knocked away.
Very, very much thank you to Blind Guy RC, Psycho 13 Garage, and Mr. HS.
Thank you, Gunnar Nissen, Blind Guy RC, Dale C, Jimmy Two Horses, Chris Ishii, Scott O'Blander, Eric Baker, Jeremiah Salberg. Much thanks to all of you.
Always great doing this show. 125 weeks in a row.
120. That is impressive.
It's a lot of you and me.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
Who watches this thing?
Yeah, exactly. Hit the like button on the way out, says David Ferris. And you're doing your Fridaying, right?
I'm going to do something on Friday.
Yeah, okay.
And then I'm going to live stream Beam late on Sunday again.
Let me know when you're going to do that. Because
Okay.
I'm down.
Okay. That
all right,
will
guys.
work. Or we can do it at a time that's more convenient to you. But either way.
6-1.
6-1. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. We'll see you next week.
Absolutely. Later.
Love you. Bye.